Do you like card games? Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh? And have you ever been playing with those cards and thought to yourself, man, this would be so much better with guns? Well then, do I have a game for you. Introducing Friends vs. Friends. It combines your two favorite things in the world, trading cards and guns. So the next time that your opponent activates a trap card, activate your trap card in their face with Friends vs. Friends. Friends vs. Friends is an indie first-person shooter developed by Brainwash Gang. The game officially came out in 2023, but one of my friends and Twitch mod, Xfighter, got me to try it when I 1v1 my fans. You should go watch that video. And after that, I realized that this may very well be one of the most underrated indie gems that came out last year. So I had to make a video about it. And it got updated recently, so there's not a better time than now. So what is Friends vs. Friends? In a nutshell, it's a deck-building shooter game where your goal is to kill the enemy team in a 1v1 or 2v2 format. But what spices up the game is the cards. Before going into a match, you'll make a deck. This deck will be full of cards that can change the way the game works mid-match. So during the match, between rounds, you'll draw random cards. And you can choose to use as many as you want, or none, to either upgrade your team, weaken your enemies, or just create chaos. The first team to kill the other team will win the round, and the team that wins 3 rounds will win the match. Then you can immediately rematch, or leave because you're afraid. I get it. Some of the people who play this game are scary as hell. The gameplay loop is simple and fast-paced. As you level up, you'll unlock money to buy packs, which will get you new cards or upgrade your current cards. The cards can range from upgrades to yourself, nerfs to enemies, turrets, traps, healing items, bombs, weapons, and more. Seriously, when I say and more, there's like a nuke in this game that levels the entire battlefield, and if 2 nukes are used, you're in space. I have no idea what 3 nukes or 4 nukes does. And that's not even the craziest card. Your default weapon is almost always a pistol, and in order to get a better weapon, you will need to draw that weapon card. And while some weapons are clearly better than others, the default weapon is still decent, so it's not like you just lose if you don't have a weapon and the enemy does. And also, as you level up, you'll unlock new characters, because this game is also a character shooter. Each character has a unique default ability. Some characters will start with a unique weapon, or have a cool passive, or just unique cards that they draw. So what ends up happening is that you'll build your deck around the character or strategy that you want to use. You want to play more aggressive? Use Spike or Moose. More defensive? Use Duck or Cluster Jr. Want to just be a samurai warrior? Then Sable's got you covered. Yes, you can be like a katana-wielding samurai warrior. Just want to explode? Little Lars is here. You'll be able to make multiple decks with different playstyles, so it's very organized and helpful. You'll switch between decks depending on which strategy you want to use, and you can edit these decks pretty easily. However, some cards are worth more than others. You need a minimum of 25 cards, and you only have 50 points worth of cards to distribute. So cards that are really good are worth 3 to 4 points, and the rest will be 1 to 2 points. So you could just stack your deck with a bunch of really strong cards, but then you won't hit that 25 card minimum threshold. So there is kind of a balance there, which we'll talk about later. The game doesn't get stale since the card combinations seem endless, and even matches on the same map can go differently since the cards you draw are always random, especially if you're adding crazier different cards like poison bullets, vampire bullets, you can see through walls, you can suicide bomb, you can make it so your opponents can't jump, you can make yourself faster. Seriously, there are so many options. So that's Friends vs. Friends in a big nutshell. As you can tell by the fact that I have all the characters unlocked, I really like this game. So I want to talk about the things that I like and dislike about it in more detail in the I love how quick the game is to play. Matches are usually no more than 5 minutes long, and rematching is super simple. While it can get scary online versus some sweaty people, it's not impossible, and the game even gives lower ranked players buffs to try and level the playing field a little bit. While it is built for 1v1, I think the game is at its peak in the 2v2. Coordinating and combining cards with a teammate is extremely fun and rewarding, and I feel like you can experiment with crazier builds with a friend on your side. Friendship is my power! The UI is incredible. It's a top-tier hub world to walk around in, but you can completely ignore it if you want and just use the main menu as is, which is the best of both worlds. Destiny, you could learn about this, huh? The game is really easy to level up in and unlock new things. I'm very high level and I still haven't unlocked everything, so it doesn't feel like you run out of things to push for early on at all. It's a fun progression system without feeling super grindy. Destiny. The gunplay is fluid and very satisfying, which is so important for a shooter like this. But what really makes it feel amazing is its phenomenal art style. The cell shading with classic early 2000s graphics gives this game a very unique and sort of nostalgic feel. Pair that with its cool music, great voice acting, and you got a banger game that is only $10. And the developers have not added any annoying microtransactions. Everything in-game can be earned. But there is some pretty cheap DLC, and each DLC comes with new maps, new characters, and new cards. All of that can be earned for free. The part that you pay for is just extra cosmetics, which I honestly prefer over getting bombarded with overpriced microtransactions. This game is just really anti-pay to win. And you can still unlock a lot of drip for free. The way you unlock skins is through this gumball machine, and you'll unlock coins for that by just completing challenges. And then boom, you'll get a cool skin for your characters. And they're going to keep adding new maps, new cards, and new characters. One of which is already here, just chilling. Just kidding, the update came out and that snake guy freaking died! But we do got this really rad detective, so I think it's a win. R.I.P. Snake Guy. Hey, Friends vs. Friends devs, if you need a voice actor for a new character, I am a professional now, and I would love to be a part of this game. I'm not kidding. Please hit me up. The map pool is rather small. I would really like them to keep adding new maps and hopefully increase the rate at which they do add maps, but I also understand that they aren't a huge company without a huge budget, so I'm not gonna really dock them points for this. I just wish there were more cards and more maps sooner to spice up the gameplay. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really think that most games should have a map maker, and this game would benefit greatly. It's not like the maps need to be that big anyway. Just think about it, okay? And maybe if the game gets more popular, they can eventually add new modes like 3v3 or 4v4 and bigger maps to fit these modes. A boy can dream. The main con though is the balance. Some cards are seriously just way better than others and can just win you the game outright. For example, if you or your opponent has a shotgun and neither player has a swap or disarm card, you can lose the round guaranteed on a smaller map. Becoming tiny is just obnoxious, some flame abilities feel overtuned, and even the turrets can just win you a game without thinking. The new Flora's Lava card is funny, but kind of annoying to deal with. I understand that it will be extremely difficult to balance this game since there's so many cards and so many different variables, but I do hope that some nerfs and some buffs to cards and characters come out soon, as this is what makes the game pretty scary for noobs just starting. Especially if those cards that they're losing to can't even be used until they're unlocked, which is completely random. Even at a higher level, I feel like the best players have found the meta cards and really dominate with them. So maybe the developers can look at what's being used at the highest level and balance accordingly, maybe decreasing or increasing the value of some cards that are a little bit overtuned and or undertuned. Just a simple start. Okay, so we got patch notes and they kind of did this, but it really wasn't enough. I'm glad that they're addressing some of the issues in this game, but there needs to be more frequent changes to the meta so we're not dealing with the same thing over and over again. It's a good step in the right direction though. Overall, Friends vs. Friends is a super unique and fun game that I think my fans will really enjoy. The gameplay and style of the game is so dope, and its potential is limitless. It hasn't even been out for a year yet, and they've already made this game significantly better than when I first tried it almost a year ago. It just needs more players and more funding to get even better. So I'll be giving Friends vs. Friends a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, I really love this game. If I encouraged you to at least give it a try, I'll be so happy. If you've already bought this game and are addicted to it like me, let me know what your favorite character and card is in the comments down below. Or if you have a crazy wombo combo, I would love to hear what card combination or character combinations you use, because there are a lot of combinations out there. Okay, I gotta go organize my card collection, so I'll catch you later. Ya noob.